every moment true to life with True Capture technology, only from Canon.
Well, Rajat Gera, you're Senior General Manager International Sales here at Cox Kings, and it says on your card, established 1758. Does that mean you've been here since 1758?
Well, not really, actually. Do I look that old?
No, you don't.
Yeah, so, I joined the company 5 years back, but obviously the company's name exists since 1758.
Very long established operation, isn't it?
It is arguably now the oldest travel agency in the world.
Wow, okay.
With over 252 years of experience under our belt. But what I could vouch for is the longevity fact with our established credentials with the suppliers that we work with for that long.
Yep.
And especially the hotel chains and people that we work on the ground with.
Fantastic.
They all associate with our brand name. And some of them are very old, not as old as 252 years old, but some of them might actually go for several decades.
Wow.
Who've been working with us.
But you've got a number, you're responsible for international marketing, so you've got offices in Australia, Dubai, Japan, Russia, Singapore, UK, USA, New Zealand, so it's a pretty global operation, isn't it?
It is, and we're growing at a very radical phase. It's very exciting times at Cox Kings right now. We went public last year.
Yeah.
He raised a hell of a lot of money, and now we're actually trying to pump that back to cause of travel. We're totally dedicated to the cause of travel. So what is happening is we're now sort of like interweaving between us and growing. So what happens is, if let's say we picked up a company in Australia last year, which is called Tempo Holidays.
Oh yes, you bought Tempo, that's right.
Yes, and then we opened an office in Dubai, which is Cox Kings' Dubai office, which handles business out of Tempo Holidays Australia.
Ah, so you're doing both ways.
Yeah, and then there was a substantial amount of people which we were already sending to Dubai from India.
Yeah.
So that makes it a wholesome business, and we thought, what better way than actually to open our own office?
Absolutely. Well, look, tell me a little bit about, my feeling of Cox Kings is that you create unique experiences, high-end solutions. It's a sort of luxury-orientated operation, and I know you own the Maharaja's Express in India as well. Tell me a little bit more about the sort of products you offer in Australia.
Well, you see, in Australia, usually our market actually is quite niche, I would say. We do deal in a lot of delegations and incentives. And primarily what we have experienced is that they're always looking for the best solutions on ground. And that's why maybe they are associating themselves to travel with Cox Kings. Now, our name has become synonymous with luxury for over a couple of years now, or maybe I should say decades now. It is important for us to understand what the client really requires and wants. And these people actually are going in for some high-end solutions, which is hotels, and the off-board excursions that they do. And we specialize in both of them. As I said, we are already dealing with all the better-known brand in India as far as hotels is concerned.
It strikes me that the word experiential is really important in Cox Kings, okay? But tell me what sort of experiences you offer and that makes you different to other, because let's face it, at the end of the day, India's become a very popular destination from Australia. There's a lot of people offering India. What makes Cox Kings different in that experiential sense?
Well, experiential now actually as a word has been, I would say, it's a lot of people are actually, now, how should I say it? Sorry,
overused or?
Well, it is overused, isn't it? It's abused actually, literally abused.
Yes.
But having said that, Cox Kings takes pride in creating some of the events, some of the events on the ground which we have created. We are the stalwarts in those sectors. If you look at it, the elephant polo, and if you look at...
that's awesome. I think that's an amazing product. You started it.
We started it. We actually take pride in actually saying that, we actually introduced that idea into the market, and now everybody seems to be doing elephant polo. Also, some of the other experiences, sand dune dinners. We are actually taking the train people onto the sand dunes in a camel cart and doing some torchlit sand dune dinners, which is unheard of again. Now, these are the things that is actually makes Cox Kings stand out, and not to mention the human touch. We haven't forgotten our human touch as far as our clients are concerned. There is always somebody who's actually present to cater to the client's need. The kind of people that we actually choose to work for the company on the ground, the staff, that makes us even more unique.
Well, Vikas Khanna, you're General Manager Mice for Cox Kings, and when I was talking with Rajat Gera, your Senior General Manager International Sales, he was telling me about the tremendous growth that the company is experiencing in the mice space. Tell me a bit about it, and what sort of products are people, say, from Australia buying in the mice space?
See, the very popular circuit for India is the Golden Triangle, which is the Delhi, Agra and the Jaipur.
Yeah.
And for every first timer, this is the most preferred segment.
Okay.
Being Taj Mahal, the number one wonder of the world, so everybody want to see that.
Yeah. So what sort of are there companies that are buying these programs or individuals? Or?
Absolutely. The incentives are being offered by the companies to the employees.
Okay.
Because they perform well, the companies give them sales reward.
Mm-hmm. So what would a fairly a fairly normal mice program in the Golden Triangle, what would it include? So when the employees who've worked hard all the year and they've had amazing sales or whatever and they've got their reward, what makes it different?
They are treated like feather touch.
With the feather touch, okay.
Yeah. As soon as they land in India, they don't have to care for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has been taken care by their company, and for which we support their company.
Yeah. Okay.
Like from their good night gifts to the special theme activities, which can be your champagne breakfast at the backside of the Taj Mahal, or the elephant polo, or the cooking demonstration.
Oh wow! Okay.
So all these activities, are the part of the incentive program.
And do you offer the Maharaja's Express as a mice program as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay. In terms of how you're selling your products in Australia at the moment, your mice products, how are you doing that?
Like, we have the representation in Australia, so we are getting queries from the Australia RDMC offices, and we being taking the turnaround time of 48 hours. It's a quick reward. That's a good
turnaround. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you recently, you didn't, but Rajat attended AIM as well. Is that the first time you've attended AIM, or you've been there before?
I think we have attended before.
Yeah. Okay. And was that successful for you, as a company?
Yes, of course.
Brilliant. So, in terms of conference organisers, meetings, incentive organisers, and so on, how can they get more information on Cox Kings Mice product?
See, we have a Cox Kings website, which is dedicated, on which we have a dedicated page on mice segment, which gives a very elaborate picture, like elaborate description. That's what we do, what we handle in the mice segment. Apart from that, we have our
your special operators that know a lot about your product. In any case, I wanted to ask you a question though. Everybody in the mice space has their own favourite mice product, okay, or element of a product. What's the favourite? What's your personal favourite? What do you really like of the products that you sell?
See, it's of course the Golden Triangle, because it sells the most.
Yeah, okay.
And the elephant polo is the most popular.
I was going to say, I think it's the elephant polo. Yeah. It's got to be. Well, Vikas, thank you very much for your time this afternoon, and I know it's nearly time to go home, and I look forward to hearing a lot more about Australians visiting India, and particularly buying Cox Kings mice product. And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, John, for being here.